Welcome. Today we will learn about polymorphism. Polymorphism means many forms. Polymorphism in C++ can be achieved with the help of virtual or pure virtual function. So let's start by creating a new project using dev C++. As in previous lectures we have multiple time discussed, we have to create a new project using the file option. So let's move to the file option. Here we will have to select console application C++ project name and click on OK. The default project code lines will be created in dev C++ automatically. So right here polymorphism project name, save the project in default directory. We can see here the default line of codes are written in already dev C++ new project. We have to add here using name space std. To provide the demonstration of polymorphism, first of all we have to create the classes. The default classes that we have already created in the previous lectures is animal, dog, pig, duck, etc. I am going to create a base class named as animal. So write down its private attributes. Let's suppose this is int age. Now we are going to create its public attributes or member functions. Let's suppose this is void display. We are using the simple example to demonstrate the polymorphism concept so that it will be clear. Cout function from base class. It will display the message function from base class. Okay, now I am going to create another class derived from the base class animal. Let's suppose this is dog. This is the public inheritance specifier deriving from the animal class. Okay, I am going to just introduce here public access specifier with the single method void display. Here we will have to type different message. Let's suppose dog is here. Okay, now I am going to the main function. Basically these are the two same functions defined in two different classes, and these classes have the relationship of parent-child classes. Here we can see that this is the parent class and this is the child class. This parent class is named as dog and this child class is named as animal. Okay, so let's move towards the main function. In the previous lecture we have already discussed that this technique is called method overriding. This technique is called, we have similar name methods in child and base class, parent or derived classes, is called function overriding, method overriding. Okay, I am going here to create pointer object of base class named as A, and I am going to create an object of dog class named as D and going to assign the address of the D object to the A. Whenever I will call the method display of, we have to save this project before compilation. Here we have to observe that we have created an pointer that will behave differently according to the different objects created from the same class, and created the D object from dog class, assigning the address of the dog object to the animal object and calling the method of the derived class. At that point we have to clear that if we have assigned here the address of the dog class, by the common sense we will consider that the method display will be called from the derived class which is named as dog class, but there is happening something different. Okay, let's see in the output. I have to clear you by using the output function from the base class. What is going here? The method from base class is called In actual, what will the happen? the address of the derived class is given to the base class, and the base class method calling always call to the method of the base class, that is called static binding, that is called early binding, that is called compile time binding. This is also now we will have to clear this concept, static binding. What is static binding, early binding or compile time binding? Means a object of base class is bind with the attributes or data members or member function of the base class who's this object. Okay, if we create another class, let's suppose named as cat, deriving from the animal class as before in dog class, we are also just creating public access specifier void display. Here I am going to display different message so that the concept will be the clear. Cat is here. Okay, here will be the handle. Also for the beautification of the output stream, I am going to add here handle. Now what I am going to do here, I am going to create another object from the cat class C. Okay, after displaying the message of the dog class, I am going to assigning the address of C to the base class A, and again I am going to call the function display. In common sense, it will be the call of cat class whose address is given to the class A class animal object, but the compiler will do differently because it is the compile time binding with the objects of classes. Okay, let's go to the output. What is going here? We can see that both time the function of base class or parent class is called, either it contains the pointer or address of the different child classes, but nothing is happening in compiled runtime. What we will have to do, this is basically called function overriding, to write down the same named function in child classes that we will have already discussed in previous sessions. Now we are going to implement the polymorphism using the virtual function to behave this object different according to the scenario. At compile time, we have to introduce a virtual function in base class. So we are going to introduce a virtual function in base class. If we declare the virtual function in base class, just we have to add the keyword virtual void display. What will be goes after this? Okay, before compilation I am noticing that the function name is typing mistakenly different. Okay, let's start compiling the code and see what's result going here. Wow, this is amazingly implementation of the polymorphism. We can see here dog is here and cat is here. Pointer from the base class is performing different operations and binding differently at compile time runtime, as we have declared the void display function as virtual. If we remove virtual keyword, the same previous output will be shown here. Here is the difference. We have to just again and again monitor this, the difference, function from base class, and after adding the virtual keyword, this is called late binding or runtime binding, to bind object pointer from the base class to different objects or pointers from the derived classes at runtime. This is confusion between runtime and compile time. If statically bind compiler at the compile time, this is called compile time binding, and if it is bind at the time of execution using the pointers, this is called runtime binding, and this is only happened with the help of virtual. Now we are going to discuss what is the difference between virtual and pure virtual function. The difference between virtual and pure virtual function is that here we will assign 0 to the virtual function at the declaration, The major multiple differences exist between virtual and pure virtual function. This class is now called abstract class. Abstract class is a set type of class whose object cannot be created. We can just only create the pointers from the abstract class. A class that contains at least one pure virtual function. No pure keyword is used, only virtual keyword is used, and the function declaration is assigned by the 0. Then it is called pure virtual function, and the class is declared as abstract class. Now we can see this animal class is the abstract class, and here is the virtual function that is called pure virtual function. From this pure virtual function, its implementation will absolutely mandatory in all derived classes. And on the other hand, if we notice that the virtual functions definition is not mandatory in all derived classes, but the pure virtual function definition is mandatory in all derived classes. The major differences is that the definition is mandatory in derived classes and there is no definition. Reason is that there is no definition in the parent or base class, so that this base class is just as a blueprint right for the derived classes and also called the abstract class. Nothing is happening in the output, nothing will be the differ, only just the reason is that we have to provide mandatory definition in the child classes. If we remove the definition of the pure virtual function from the child class, what will happen? This derived class will also become the, now we are seeing here the object cat cannot be created. This will also converted into the abstract class. If we remove this definition of the virtual function, then this will go to the abstract class. In error we can clearly see that abstract cannot declare variable c to be of abstract type cat. Why this cat is also declared as abstract class? Either we have not declared any kind of pure virtual function in this cat. The reason behind that, this is extended inherited from the animal base class which contains a pure virtual function, and this is a rule that each and every derived class that is extended or inherited from the base class must have to provide the definition of pure virtual function, not for the virtual function, but this is rule for the pure virtual function to provide its definition in all derived classes. So keep in touch. We will discuss later on the operator overloading in next lecture.